These teams come on the field, and it's become the battle of the fans.
Either that or they found new seats.
That's for sure. The fans have come down out of the bleachers here and have made their way down onto the field to join the cheerleaders. The same is true on the other side of the field, and we've got the Dover-Foxcroft Academy. I'm sorry, I have a hunch I'll be doing that all afternoon. But Foxcroft Academy fans are also out on the field waiting for their team to come on. So it's become the battle of the fans here as we get ready to look at the Seagulls, in this case, make their way on. Everybody's here. Sandy the Seagull is out there, and the band is, in fact, the high school band is directly to our left, so that should be interesting for the afternoon. The Foxcroft Academy band is also here. They're across the way. And as we speak, Foxcroft Academy is now making its way out onto the field, and they'll be coming through the banner that their people have put up, I assume, in just a couple of seconds. And here they come, and there they are. So Foxcroft Academy is here in full force. And, of course, the same thing will be happening in a short bit here on the other side as the Seagulls get ready to do the same. We've got a good afternoon, Andy, although it's starting to cloud up a little bit and getting a little colder, as you said, by the second. But anyway, we should be having decent weather. And here come the Seagulls busting through. And the band strikes up the old school song. This should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going to have a good time, man. Andy, let's have a good one, kid.
Yeah, we're ready to do it again, Raj. We've done this a few times over the years.
Sure have.
In all kinds of weather, all kinds of circumstances. But we're looking at a couple teams, Raj, that don't come in here undefeated.
That's right.
The Beach comes in here with 8-2 mark, and the Ponies from Foxcroft Academy come in here with a record of 8-3. So each of these teams know that they can be beat.
They can indeed, but only one is going to lose this afternoon, obviously. And Andy, you were pointing out that those three losses that Foxcroft has came to some pretty good competition.
Yes, it did. A couple Class B schools.
That's
there.
Right.
Winslow, Orono, and Stearns, which, like Old Orchard Beach, having lost to Stearns in regular season, both Old Orchard and Foxcroft Academy were able to avenge those losses to the #1 seed in the playoffs. Old Orchard beating Lisbon, who they had lost to, and Foxcroft coming from behind, trailing 22-7, and beating Stearns, Raj, with a lot of special teams work.
Yep, absolutely.
28-22 last week.
The starting offense, I would assume, is now coming out on the field for the Seagulls. That's Scott Darling, number 54. These are the folks that we've been talking about and been excited about, actually, all year. Bickford, number 63. And number 70, of course, is David Glode. Number 72 coming out now, Chris Hall. And there's Jamie Gettinger, number 75. Wonderful addition to this team this season. Jerry Hubbard, another addition to this team this season, number 85 at end, linebacker. And here's Keith Parker. And now the starting offensive backfield that we've been talking about all year. Todd Polk, number 12. The quarterback, number 22, Don Dubois. Number 33, the fullback, Donnie's brother, Ralph Dubois. And, of course, number 13, Fitzpatrick Award nominee, Dave Gerard.
Yeah, they'll be going on. Maybe we could talk a little bit about what we're going to be looking at with Foxcroft Academy.
Yes, indeed.
Some of the players, I think, Raj, that we've already penciled in that we can look at. First of all, they're coached by Paul Withy. He's a seven-year coach, and we're going to get into his resume a little bit. Kind of interesting. He's kind of from the local area. First of all, the quarterback by Brock Hartford, who's a junior. He'll be wearing number 11. And the backfield consists of a good one. Ben Preston, 33. He's a good one. Also, number 8, Sean Beaudry,
Yep.
and Charlie Farron, who's their place kicker. And we were watching him before the game, and he can hit it from about 40 yards, so he could be a threat this afternoon.
Right.
Also a young man we want to mention who transferred from Michigan, by the way, in the fall, Nate Leiter, L-A-I-T-A. He'll be wearing 34. He's a tight end. You look at his size, 6'3", 230, only a junior, by the way.
And they go to him a lot.
And they go to him a lot. He's leading reception, Raj. I think he has something like 21 receptions in the passing department, in the receiving department, for 470 yards and 5 TDs. But more importantly, he blocks punts.
That's right.
And this is a team that's very dangerous, special team-wise, and we'll get into that a little bit as the game goes on. But, you know, they show a little bit of both. They like to run the football. All 3 backs feature the run between Farron and Preston, something like over 1,700 yards between them. And, of course, Beaudry gives them that option. He has about 300 or 400 yards. So they're dangerous. And when they go to the air, of course, they like to go up short to their big tight end. So they mix it up a lot. So this should be a very interesting football game.
And we can see that backfield right now. That number 11 is Brock Hartford. The fullback, Charlie Farron, number 45. And those 2 other boys that we were mentioning, Ben Preston, 33, Nate Leiter, number 34. We'll also be looking at Sean Beaudry, number 8. And we're going to take a pause here for the national anthem. Anthem as played by the Foxcroft Academy Band across the way. While I have a minute, I want to acknowledge all the folks who are up here doing this game with us this afternoon, and start by thanking Mark Pickard, who's been with us all year, and he's with us again, and we're standing next to each other here this afternoon. He's on one camera. We have 2 other cameras out here as well, and Dennis Avery and Dick Millard will be on those cameras. And of course, down in the truck, Steve Poulos, Mark Cantora, and the boss, Tony Alamo, plus other folks who've come up here as helping out with equipment and so forth. So we have a full complement of folks here today to help bring you this game. And we also have, as you can well hear, the Old Orchard Beach High School Band, so they're going to be helping us too or something.
Well, they'll be providing the music for us.
You got it. It's going to be an exciting afternoon, and this is high school football. This is championship football. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Big crowd here when you consider this is Class C, and we're filling up a stadium designed for a Class A program, Bangor High School. A lot of folks made their way up here. Some boats down in front of us. I'm sure during the course of the day we'll be picking up all of that. And out on the middle of the field, of course, the captains on both sides are meeting, and we'll be getting ready for this kickoff in just a couple of moments.
Yeah, Rod, you talked about the trip up here, somewhere around 150 miles, and we were talking before the show. I had somebody run off the internet this morning on the traveling that we did, starting with the Kennebunk game, on the away games, and leading up to coming home tonight after the game. We have traveled 930 miles to do Old Orchard football this season. That's only about 6 or 7 games, and you got to remember 2 of those games were Kennebunk and Wells, which is kind of local.
Yeah, that's sure.
Add up about 800 miles after that. So we've done a little bit of we're getting frequent flyer mileage, I think, after today.
I was amazed at that number. 930 miles is what we've done, and what this team obviously has done.
Yeah, they've
so
done
it's a lot of traveling, and
It's been worth it.
Oh, it sure has, because this is it, and these two teams are ready to go. We obviously know everything you need to know, I guess, about Old Orchard Beach. We know very little about Foxcroft Academy, only those things that we've been able to read. We have not seen them. There are no common opponents that we can compare scores against, so they have been obviously well scouted, and that much we do know. And they present a very balanced attack, don't they, Andy, from what we can figure out?
Yeah, they run different formations. We remember you're going to see a lot of different kids get the football. It's going to be hard to really key on any one individual.
Sure.
The kicker right now, Farron.
Yep.
Charlie Farron, a senior, and this is a junior-laden team, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a lot of
Young
underclassmen. This team they'll be making their trip back here next year, Raj. Of course, that's still early. We'll worry about this year. But they're ready to kick off to the beach. I assume that Foxcroft's the home team today.
It
in
does.
the dark jerseys with the beach with their rose white with the blue trim. Yeah, they'll just feature a lot of different things. But the dangerous person, I think, today, besides the running backs of Preston and Farron, will be watch the tight end. And this is defensively, I think, this is going to be a tough defensive game. I think it's going to be hard to score in this one.
Right. Okay, we're just about ready for the kickoff. The beach receives. Bickford and Dave Gerard are the two boys deepest. And we're off. This is state championship football. And Bickford comes down with the ball. And Jim will get out to about the 35-yard line, and the Seagulls go on offense first this afternoon.
Well, evidently, they've started off very smart. They're going to keep the ball out of Gerard's hands. That's what teams have been doing. They've been kicking away from him.
Sure.
And give him one less opportunity to break a big one. And that's just a smart thing to do. It's not actually smart. It's not wise coaching. Everybody in the state knows that. But the Beach goes with a quick offense, Raj. Quick huddle.
They do.
No
they
huddle
come right
offense.
out. No huddle. And Don Dubois puts the quarterback. And we're at the 36-yard line. First and 10. Pitch out is to Todd Polk. Polk has a little room on the other side. We'll pick up about a yard.
Yeah, Polk on the left side. The Beach going with a no-huddle offense, Raj. Something they've worked on now for the past week, trying to...
Give Todd about 3 on that gain, Andy. Yeah, they have been working on this no-huddle, and they, of course, come out of the wishbone offense. Now the handoff is inside. That's Ralph, but he is stopped.
He'll get a couple.
Yep.
It'll be 3rd and 5. You know, Kurt and I were talking, Raj, prior to the game. I know this is going to be hard to talk between plays.
No
How
problem.
Ralph really set the tone for the second half of that win over Lisbon last
Boy,
week at
did
those
he ever.
big yards.
Let's make it 3rd and about 4, guys. And a short pass to Jerry Hubbard. Hubbard has a little room. Big first down. As he gets down inside the 50-yard line, down to about the 42-yard line of Foxcroft.
And, you know, we talk about how important it is, not only before the games, but on the way up, that Don Dubois completes the beginning of his passes. History has it, if he's hot at the beginning, he's going to stay hot in most of the game.
This is absolutely true. That was a very simple slant-in pattern to Hubbard coming across the middle, and Don connects on his first pass attempt of the afternoon. Handoff, Ralph Dubois straight up forward and bowling forward. Ralph gets those tough yards as he gets down inside the 35-yard line down to 34.
Well, the first drive, Roger, went from a no-huddle. They got the big first down, 15-yard gain by Hubbard. Now they're going back into their regular offense. It's an 8-yard pickup.
And Foxcroft Academy is looking at this offense that has not given the ball to David Gerard yet.
No, but don't blink.
Exactly. 2nd and 2. And there's David, and he'll get the first down as he gets closer to the 30. Let's call it about the 31. Let's see where they spot the ball. About the 31. 1st and 10, Seagulls.
Yeah, pick up about 3 that time. The first, and more importantly, like you said, it's the first down for Old Orchard Beach, and they are on the move here. In the opening moments, Rock, still 10-15 to go in the opening quarter, and the Beach offense looking good right here.
They have made no changes in this basic wishbone offense, and they're just pounding it up the middle. Now David has a little room on the outside. Cuts back in, and they'll pick up a couple. Whenever Gerard gets his hand on the football, it looks like it's going to be a big gainer. It doesn't always come out that way, but he's had his share.
Yeah, he picks up at least 3 on the play. Maybe even 4. Gain of 4, they call it.
Okay, good enough. 2nd down, and we'll call it about 6 yards.
Ball sits on about the outside portion of the 27.
Darling at center with those tough offensive linemen on both sides. David is going to look to throw. David is throwing deep. He's got Tucci, and it's just out beyond Tucci's reach. He had Brian Tucci down and Jerry Hubbard both down there in the vicinity. Incomplete, and it sets up a third down now, and still about, of course, 6 yards.
Yeah, good play to call too, because on the next play, or in the future when he gets that pitch, the linebackers are going to have to look for the pass, and that could spring Gerard open.
Brian Tucci split at one end. Hubbard split at the other end. On a third down, handoff inside, Ralph, but short gain to the 25, maybe just over the 25, but this sets up a fourth down and about 3 or 4 yards, and a tough call here for the Seagulls. Let's see what they come up with here.
Yeah, fourth down, they call it about 3, like you said, I mean, maybe even 4.
Yep. Sitting down just inside the 25-yard line. Big fourth down play early in this game. Don with a pitch out. He has Todd Pulp. Todd is hit hard, and a good defensive play as Foxcroft comes up tough on fourth down, and they will stop the Seagulls at about the 25-yard line and go on offense.
Yeah, good defensive effort, Raj, by 44, Mike Saunders, coming up just at the last second. And it's a first down, Foxcroft at the Beach 25-yard line.
We have 8:44 remaining in this first quarter. The Beach used up about 3.5 minutes or so in that first drive, and it comes to an end here at the 25-yard line, and now we get to watch this Foxcroft Academy team go on offense. They put a boy in motion. That's Preston. Quarterback dropping back. Tucci's got a big rush, and he's got him down for a big loss.
Yeah, beautiful pursuit that time. Actually, Tucci had jumped up to try to block the pass. And still, the quarterback fell for it and just kind of sunk down and let Tucci tackle him after.
Brock Hartford, the quarterback, is dropped for a 10-yard loss and sets up a second down and 20. The ball is now back at about the 15-yard line.
He was looking for Jared Clausen, who was kind of open out here on the right, but never found him, never had a chance to.
Second and a bunch. Preston again in the same motion play. He's got the ball. He's also being hit as Don Dubois comes up with the first hit, joined by his buddies. Tucci there again. I think Jamie Gittinger also in on the tackle. Short gain, maybe a yard, not much more. Look at third and about 19.
Yeah, history has it too. You look at the teams up north, they're more offensive orientated, and it seems to be a little more focused on defense. More wide open. You see scores like 49-0 an awful lot up there.
Yeah, we hear that, see that a lot.
Has Foxcroft played a team as tough as, the Beach's defense? So it's a gain of only 1.
They have a one-back set on this, and they're going to go right up the middle and get a big gainer out of it. It'll be short of the first down, but this is Farron who gets out to about the 30. And it'll set up a fourth down in about 5, I would say, and it looks like a punting situation. But a nice gain on a third down play.
Yes, it was. And Farron, looking at statistically, Raj, is their second leading rusher with 847 yards. He's only about 75 yards behind Preston.
And Preston is the boy dropping back to punt. There's no rush, and he gets it away. Decent hit, coming down here for Billy Adams, and Billy will just let it roll out of bounds right at the Seagull 33, and they will go back on offense at that point.
So with 6:45 left in the opening quarter from Cameron Field in Bangor, Seagulls nothing, and the Foxcroft Academy Ponies nothing.
Seagulls and Ponies. Horse feathers.
You said a mouthful there.
There you go.
Raj, Foxcroft Academy is made up of 3 towns that border it: Guilford, Sebec, and Sanderville. Population of the school is 470. That's about twice as much as the Beach.
Right, and it's probably the population of those 3 towns put together
that were out on the field before the game.
First down, Seagulls. Ralph Dubois up for about 3 or 4 yards, crossing the 35 35, make it to about the 37.
Yeah, a gain of about 4.
Right.
They give him. So Ralph's carried 4 times already in the first quarter for 16 yards. The Beach trying to establish something on the ground here, and they seem to have done that earlier on. That may open up the passing game a little bit.
Second down. There's a whistle on the play, and that's our first flag of the afternoon. May have been some kind of procedure call.
Yeah, procedure call.
And they're going to walk off, I would think, 5 against the Seagulls.
So it'll be first and about 11.
Yeah, make that second and 11.
Second and 11.
Yep. Ball back on about the 32. And it may change the play call a little bit.
Next time there's a whistle, I want you to keep an eye on Todd Polk, and I'll elaborate a little more on it.
Yeah. Don looking to throw, being rushed, gets it away, and through the hands of Gerard. A little hard, but there was a big rush on Don, and he had to really get rid of it in a hurry. Third and 11.
Third down 11, stops the clock. 6 minutes even in the quarter number 1. And the Ponies, the 8-3 Ponies, 0, and the 8-2 Seagulls, nothing. This is the second seeds are in the state championship. Both first seeds got knocked out.
Good point. Scott Darling leads them out, number 54 at center. Gerard is out on in the wing as Donnie has the ball with the option. He pitches out to Todd Polk. Todd's got a little running room, and Todd gets the first down on a nice run.
Good run by Todd Polk. They're staying away from Leiter, by the way, Raj. Leiter's lined up on this side of the field, and they're completely going away from him. And a nice pickup of about 13, probably.
You got it. And we'll set it up at about the Seagull 46. And a big first down on a nice run, as we said, by one of the co-captains on this team, and a kid we're going to talk more about in a minute, Todd Polk.
Yeah, clock stopped for some reason. As you see Gerard just coming out of the, coming off the field. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know.
Equipment
Somebody's
problem or
hurt.
what?
Oh, that's Todd Polk that's down, Andy.
Oh, Polk is down. Okay.
And now he's up and is coming off.
Yeah, he'll have to come off for a play.
Didn't realize that Todd had gone down on that play. Apologize for that. He seems to be okay. At least it's not a leg problem.
Hopefully
I don't
it's
know
just
what
the wind
it is.
knocked out of him.
Yeah, he's coming off the field now.
So it brings up a first and 10 for the Seagulls. They seem to be moving the ball fairly easily on the ground thus far.
You're right. Gerard, of course, back in the huddle, and I would guess that probably Billy Adams will go on offense, replacing Polk. That's usually been what's happened in the past. Adams is number 84, very versatile and very talented member of this this football team.
Yeah, I think Todd's going to go in next play, though. He's already...
appears to be ready to go, and Billy Adams is right there in front of you. That is number 84. Handoff is inside. That's Ralph, and he'll pick up a couple. Look for Ralph Dubois, of course, the fullback in the wishbone, and that's just a power player who gets you as much as he can. Off tackle, inside the tackle position usually, and Ralph will get a couple on that play.
Yeah, second down and 8. As it brings up 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in quarter number 1. The Seagulls in their white traveling jerseys, going from your left to right. And the Ponies will kind of look like the Bangor Rams out there.
They
same,
do, don't
same
they?
colors.
Same colors. We got a second down here. Dubois on the option. The pitch out to Gerard. Gerard is hemmed in. Gerard is down for a loss on the play. Back to the 45. It'll be a third and about 11.
Yeah, there was absolutely nothing there. The flow came this way.
Yep.
And whether Dubois pitches it or not, they lose the yardage anyways.
You're right, pitch or not. There was nothing there. So we got a third and long, and let's see if they decide to go to the air. Parker comes out of the lineup. Tucci is in, number 11.
And another thing, Raj, third and 11, where they're so used to blocking punts. Don't be surprised if Gerard would kick here, but he doesn't.
Incomplete.
That was a well-thrown ball.
Intended for Tucci, but incomplete.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well thrown ball by Don
Indeed.
Dubois. That was right on the money. And it's going to bring up a 4th and long. And, you know, we mentioned this before. We don't want to jinx it, you know, but this is a pretty good punt blocking team.
Yes,
they
it
blocked
is.
2. That's how they beat Stearns. They blocked 2 of them last week, and I know they've blocked some during the season also. So they've come up big, but I'm sure the Beaches scouted that, and they'll make the adjustments they need to make.
Jerry Hubbard is the punter for the Seagulls. A couple of boys back deep for Foxcroft. And here comes the rush. It is handled well, and the kick is fielded. Down there, there's a fake, a reverse, and the return is dropped. That's Sean Beaudry, number 8. And he'll get out to about the 35, and Foxcroft goes back on offense.
And Dave Gerard with the tackle.
Yep.
Good blocking that time, too, by the punt team. There was never a threat to even block that one. 4:12 to go now in the... we thought it was going to be a defensive battle.
Yep.
And it is.
So far.
You mentioned the cloud cover comes over, and there's a nice... I wouldn't call it nice, but there's a breeze out here. And it feels like winter, especially when you see an inch of snow here and there on the ground.
First down. Handoff inside, and nothing there as the defense comes up big on Farron, number 45. But the Seagulls are there and stop him for no gain, or maybe a foot, so it'll be 2nd and 10. High school football, Andy.
Oh, hey, we're right in the middle of it. Gonna dance in a minute.
Yeah, that's right.
Take my shirt, coat off, and everything here. No, I wouldn't want to do that.
No, don't do that.
Got 3 cameras today.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. Preston in motion. They come back on a reverse. There's a fumble. The ball is still loose. The Beach has it.
That might have been Beckford. I'm not sure.
Of course it's Beckford.
Yeah, of course.
Of course it's Beckford. And that ball is spotted down about the 17-yard line, Andy.
He's assaulted many a quarterback this year.
Has he ever.
But never like that. So it's a loss of, 20 yards.
Yes, indeed, and a huge break here for the Seagulls towards the end of this first quarter. The handoff is to Dave Gerard. Gerard looks for room, tries to cut back inside, will pick up a couple of yards just picking his way. Get inside the 15, make it down closer to the 13. So we're looking at a 2nd and 6, Andy.
Yeah, that's a big turnover by the Beach.
Absolutely.
Well, this defense has really played well.
That ball just squirted out of the hands of the ball carrier. There's no reason for it. I mean, nobody hit him. And Bickford right there. Gerard again cuts back inside, follows his blocking. He'll be close to a first down. May in fact have it.
He should have it. It's inside the 5.
Inside the 10, Andy. I'm
Inside
not
the
sure
10,
it's
all
the
right.
5.
Okay. Hard to tell here, sitting down.
Let's make it the 6-yard line.
Okay.
First and goal at the 6. As the Seagulls are ready to roll, and now we've got a timeout on the field. Well, with timeout and 2 minutes and 52 seconds left, scoreless game, but the Seagulls are there.
They're driving, and boy, I tell you, I think it was Kurt that might have gone to the huddle and just jumped in the arms of either Bickford or somebody's saying like, that's a huge break right there. And you know what, Raj, statistically, I know it's still early, but I have minus 20 yards for Foxcroft Academy thus far. And the Beach has somewhere around 60 yards, 70 yards or so. So statistically, in the first quarter, the Beach is doing what they want to do. They want to control the ball, and they have.
Yep.
Animal crackers next to Jurassic dinosaur cookies. Gumballs and Mary Jane's next to Nintendo bubblegum. Penny candy everywhere. Are you in the Twilight Zone? No, you're at the Wayway store, where every day is a step back to 1929. Stop in and visit with Catherine and Peggy for all your everyday grocery needs and then some. And remember, a slower, kinder time. From penny candy to padlocks, dried beans to dolls with homemade outfits, you'll find it at the Wayway store. Step back in time at the Wayway store without leaving today.
Tradition and Maine go hand in hand. And one tradition the locals enjoy is visiting Wormwood's by the Breakwater, Camp Ellis. Wormwood's has been a family affair for more than 50 years, serving up the finest in fresh seafood, certified Angus beef, as well as chicken and pasta dishes. Wormwood's enjoys making you feel at home with hearty meals, lighter portions for small appetites, and gladly accommodates those with special dietary needs. Visit Wormwood's. Become a part of the tradition. Fun that never stops, you'll find it at Soho's, your #1 stop. For great tunes, great food, great drinks, great people. Soho's has got the longest happy hour, starting at noon till 8 every day. Monday night, football night with free chili, 99-cent drafts, and T-shirt giveaways. Thursdays, ladies' night with drink specials all night long. Saturdays, live music. If that's not enough, check out the new Munchies and best burgers in town and the Dart Leagues. Soho's, for all the action you could ever want.
I got a little inside info before the game that, by the way, Andy, that Dave Gerard had a muscle problem with one of his legs that was tightening up. That happened, I think, during the course of the week, and they were going to be watching him very carefully today. And if you'll notice at that timeout, one of the trainers was out there flexing that leg.
Well, I know they gave him some kind of a rub before the game.
So he may not be totally 100%, but whatever he is, it's going to be maybe good enough. Gerard just bulls his way forward in a play that looked like it had nothing. He makes a little bit out of it, gets inside the 5, maybe closer to the 4, and we'll call it about the 4-yard line. It's a 2nd and goal now on about a 2-yard gain by David. They love to run to their right. They like to follow Glode and Gettinger on this side, and that's been fairly consistent when they get down close to the goal line. Now they go the other way. That's Ralph.
He's in.
He's in. From about 4 yards out, Ralph Dubois scores, and the Seagulls go up on top, 6-0.
Yeah, nothing fancy that time. They went over the left side and bang, 4 yards, and it just shows you the big turnover. That's a huge one right there.
They're going to go for 2. Donnie, pitch out. Ralph, that's Gerard running hard and in for 2.
Oh, you gotta love it. The band plays, the crowd dances, and the camera's shaking. All 3 at once.
2 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the first quarter, and our score from Cameron, Keelan, Bangor, Old Orchard Beach 8, and Foxcroft Academy 0.
Well, the Beach tries for their 3rd goal ball in the past 6 or 7 years, Raj.
Yep.
They're leading this thing up close, 8-0.
Kicking off is Jerry Hubbard. Ball's away. Hard hit down there.
That might have been Bill Adams.
Mike Saunders with the ball, and I think Billy Adams hits him and stops him. And where are we? Down around the 33-yard line?
Billy Adams
is everywhere.
Yeah, well, he had 102 tackles coming into this one. He also assisted on 67 of them for 169 total. I'll tell you, that's incredible.
Whatever injury Todd Polk had earlier is apparently okay because he's out there now on defense.
Nothing up the middle at all.
Nothing up the middle, indeed.
They're trying to establish something up the middle.
Yep.
And unless that's just their game, but I was told they like to go outside too. Now we have Farron limping. Farron's their kicker, and I thought the kicking game may make a difference today. He comes up limping. That's a big back right there to get hurt for them.
Bickford and Dubois, Ralph on the tackle. And look at a 2nd and 9 at the Ponies' 34-yard line.
Well, so far the Pony Express has been shut down.
Going back to throw. He's got a ball play. He's got a receiver and a completion.
That's lighter, just short of the first down, I think.
Yeah, it'll be close. May have it. I don't know. It depends on the spot. It'll be in the vicinity for sure.
Well,
nice pass play.
Yeah. Well, they look to him up close, Rogers. They fake inside. I think because he did get it.
Yes, he did.
So it's a nine-yard completion.
Brings the ball out to about the 44. and the Ponies have a first down.
Yeah, he's the guy they got to stop. You know, he's averaging at least 2 receptions a game, or a little more than 2.
That's number 34, Nate Leiter. And the quarterback, of course, Brock Hartford. Hartford calls signals with the one-back set. And Preston in motion. Handoff is inside, and a hard run by Farron, I believe, number 45. Will pick up a good 6 or 7 yards. Get close to the midfield mark.
Yeah, about 7 on it. Second down and 3, tackled by Don Dubois, by the way.
Yep.
We're down to 50 seconds and counting. We may get one more play here if they keep it on the ground in the first quarter. The Beach leads this thing 8-0 in this Class C state championship football game.
We have a second down and 3. We're just about at the 50-yard line. Nose of the ball right there. Hartford calls signals. He's got an I formation, 2-boy split, and he pitches out to the deep back Preston. Preston tries to find a little room, has it. Is still on his feet. Now he's dragged down, but he'll have the first down inside Seagull territory as he gets to the 44.
Yeah, nice bit of running that time by Preston on the right side. And he does get the first. He gains actually 7 yards on the play.
Well, the Foxcroft is not going to go away, Andy.
No.
Following the score, they come out strong here on offense and are showing us more offense than they showed at any other time.
Well, they're not going to panic. They were behind 22-7 to Stearns last week.
Exactly.
And that was a team that had won 3 previous, the 4 or 5 of the previous years. And, no, so they're not going to panic.
This will be the last play of the quarter. Handoff is inside, and again, there isn't much there as the Seagulls are tough up the middle, have been all season. Farron will carry the ball for another 3 yards or so, and that ends the first quarter. We've completed 1 quarter of play in the state Class C championship game from Cameron Field in Bangor. Our score, Old Orchard Beach 8 and Foxcroft Academy nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a few.
When you need to stop, make sure it's an advanced brake service.
Curl Up and Dye, a premier styling salon, keeps getting better and welcomes Jennifer to its crew of the finest professional stylists in the area. They offer full-service, ultra-modern hairstyling and coloring for men and women, facials, manicures, and waxings, and pride themselves on personal professional service. Let them help you decide what you need to look great. Private styling rooms, a convenient location, and the finest stylists offering service tailored to your needs. Sum up, Curl Up and Dye. Why not make an appointment today?
Well, the weather continues to be reasonable here. It's overcast now. We would prefer the sun shining a little bit, but that's okay as long as it doesn't snow or some other horrible thing, or the volcano erupts or whatever.
It's the kind of weather you expect to see a moose or a deer go by any minute.
That's right.
And tracks, leaving tracks in the snow behind. Well, it was good first quarter for the Beach.
Yep.
And maybe you can get a shot of that, but I don't know if that's Dave Gerard there. Somebody's stretching in the back. Not sure who it is.
It's Gerard.
Like you said, it had that muscle problem.
Yep.
On a cold day like today, too, the longer the breaks are, could cramp up a little more. Well, Foxcroft looking pretty good on this drive. They're mixing it up well. They're going inside, they're going out, and they're passing.
They are. Out of the power I formation, the deep back is Preston. He'll fall forward for a couple down to the Seagull 37, let's call it, 38, and it'll be a third down and about 3. But they're in 4-down territory here, obviously, so they got 2 plays to get 3 yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. That time he did break a tackle behind the line of scrimmage to get to where he did. Remember, you know, another advantage they have is the kicking game. This Farron kid can kick the ball. And don't be surprised if you see an attempted field goal here this afternoon. Saw him before the game, right? He was kicking them from 40 yards.
That's right. They stay in their power I formation. Farron is the up back. The deep back is Preston. That's him again. And he will get the first down. As he gets inside the 35 now, and is spotted at the 34-yard line. make it the 33-yard line. So this offense continues to move forward here for really the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, they took the pass up short to Leiter has just set up the running game again.
Yep.
I think the Beach got a little leery of that, maybe of the passing game, and it's opened up the run for them.
First down. Now they're in the eye with two-boy split. The pitch out is to Preston. He finds a little room and now is hemmed in, caught, and stopped. He'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, he may pick up 3.
Just falling forward, basically.
Yeah. See where they mark it. Somewhere around the 31. They'll give him 2. He's second 8. Bickford was one of the men in on the tackle.
Yep.
As we just opened up the second quarter of action, 10 minutes and 35 seconds left. Still halftime. Beach holds on right now to an 8-0 lead on a big fumble recovery by Jim Bickford.
Second down, they stay in the I formation. They've been going consistently to Preston, the D-back in this set. Now it's the up-back, Farron, who falls forward, and it gets a good gain out of the play.
Probably a first down to the 25, I think.
Absolutely, very close to it. It's not there. Let's see what they spot it. The referee looks it over, and he says, let's measure. So they're going to bring the chains out, but the ball is now down inside the 25-yard line of the Seagulls. And this is getting to be very serious now as Foxcroft continues to march down the field. And, of course, as they continue to have success with their running game, Andy, they're just setting up that potential pass.
Oh, they are, yeah.
Because, you know, the defense is just going to have to come up, play it tight, and that opens things up. We've got the first down, by the way. They gained that by about the length of the football. So it's a first down and 10 now at about the 23, Seagull 23. Getting a checking out as Hall comes into the lineup, number 72. Number 74, by the way, is C.T. Broderick, usually only on defense. Tough defensive lineman, interior lineman. First down. Preston avoids one, avoids another, and gets a nice gain. Driving inside the 20-yard line. Inside the 15 and closer to the 14-yard line. Gain of 9.
Yeah, they're starting to get yardage, but they're starting to get them in chunks. That's the scary part.
That's right. It's second down and about a yard, maybe 2 at the most.
Preston is a junior, 5'10", goes about 180.
Good-sized kid and looks to have a lot of talent, certainly speed. The inside handoff is to Farron, and he just keeps rolling forward. They had him earlier, and he pulled away from a couple of tacklers to get the extra yardage and the first down. The first down will be at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Farron's a tough little back. He's not very big size-wise, Raj, but his coach says he's definitely one of the strongest kids on the team. He's one of those senior captains, by the way. He's only 5'8", 170, but like Dave Gerard, I mean, he packs a pretty good little wallop in there.
Well, they've got just about a foot to go. I mean, they can get a first down without scoring here, but not by much. Preston still on his feet, and now he's hit.
Nothing at all.
Yep, stopped. So it'll be a second down and still maybe 10 or 11.
Bill Adams, we got an injury again. Maybe Todd Polk, I'm not sure.
He got up a little slowly, but Todd's all right.
Yeah, Bill Adams is also in there. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left till halftime. Beach leads 8-0. It's second down and 10 at the 11. Like you mentioned, they need to get to about the 1-foot line, if so, for a first down.
Well, let's see if on second down, with that first down being stopped, if it forces them to go to the air as they split a couple of boys at the top of the screen and send Preston in motion. The only back is Farron. He's got the ball, and he is stopped on a nice defensive play. Ralph Dubois coming up quickly from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, that didn't fool anybody.
That's fooled no one, is right. And that forces a third down and definitely a passing situation now, I would think. Of course, it's 2 plays to get, now in this case, about 12 yards as they lose on that play. So the Seagulls come up tough on defense here, Andy.
Yeah, they may have to settle for a field goal if they don't score here. Remember, I mentioned how strong Farron is. He has to be with that leg drive when he can kick 40-yard field goals.
And now they go back to their power eye.
No, I maybe look for Leiter here up short, Raj.
No, Hartford is going to throw. He's back. He's rushed. He gets it away. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Sean Beaudry. Beaudry had it, was there, and looked to me like he might have been able to even walk in.
Yeah,
but he drops the ball.
Looked to me like he was trying to go for the goal line before he got the football.
Yep.
Tried to turn the body before. And
That's
of course,
you remember.
Yeah, when you're a receiver like that, you just assume somebody's ready to bang it behind you. You know, when you catch, there's a flag on the play.
There
and
is
I think
a
it's
flag.
going to be on Fox. I'm not sure. They are talking to Polk. The reason I want to mention Todd Polk's name is because there's an article this week in the paper how when there's ever the penalty, whether it's on offense or defense, if you notice Todd's always around the.
They're walking that off against the Seagulls, Andy.
Wow, that's a big. Don't even know what that was all about.
And it's a first down.
Might have been, was that a pass interference or something? Like a roughing the quarterback call?
I have no idea, but they're calling it. They're giving them a first down, and they're at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big break.
Half the distance and an automatic first down. So now they're going to go back to the ground, obviously. Preston trying to go wide, isn't going to get there. Todd Polk coming up with a big tackle.
Well, if they're going to get in, they're going to have to earn it on this defense. There's no gimmies here.
And that loss, Andy, is way back to about the 12, loss of 7 on that, or 6 or 7. And it'll be a second and goal now from about, as I said, the 12-yard line.
Yeah, a loss of 6 on the play. I think that penalty might have got the Seagulls fired up defensively. So right back where we started from here.
Yes.
Second and goal at the 12. 7 minutes to go in the till halftime. Big drive here for Foxcroft.
Big drive indeed.
They've got to get something, I think, here on this drive. They hate to waste this thing.
Chewing up a lot of clock. They're in an I formation again. The handoff is to Farron. Farron is going to go all the way in for the touchdown. No flag. And Foxcroft scores.
Yeah, nothing
fancy, Andy. He just bolted off on the right side and had a lot of room. It's 8-6.
And this is early, and I wanted to go for 1 or 2. They trail by 2. They're a team that likes to kick the ball.
Yes.
Farron, I think, at one tied a school record with 7 extra points in a football game. So we'll see if they go for 1 or 2. They may now. I guess they're going for the tie.
They're going for the tie.
Very
Farron
early.
again is the up back. Let's see what they do here. It's going to be Preston trying to get in, and he is going to be
no good.
No good. Doesn't make it. We have 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the second quarter, and our score: Old Orchard Beach 8, Foxcroft 6. We got a football game, Andy.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we knew we would. You know, these teams, neither teams would. They both come from behind, you know, during the course of the season. They both trail their opponents. So neither team are going to die. They're not going to lay down. You know, the Beach is a senior-orientated team. Even though they feature juniors on Foxcroft, they do have some key seniors there, and they've beat Stearns last week. We mentioned from behind. So then neither team are going to die here. It's going to be a fight to the finish in this one. And they ate up a big chunk of clock, Raj. About half the quarter on just that one drive. It was a good-looking drive that started by that short pass to Leiter and really opened up the running game, I thought.
And, of course, that penalty that really set the Seagulls back. The ball is picked up downfield by Dave Gerard. Takes his time, doesn't panic, has it, comes back upfield, and is going to be stopped at about the 25.
Actually, they must have misjudged the wind a little bit because the wind is in Farron's favor as he kicked it, and Dave was lined up a little close, had to go back for it, and never got any good footing on it.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Seagulls at their own 25-yard line as Don Dubois comes back out on the field after getting his play from the coach. Head coach Kurt Creechin and his coaching staff done a marvelous job this year with this team, and here they are. Gerard on the pitch, fakes a handoff, still has the ball, and David is out of bounds, but he will pick up the first down, I believe, or very close to it, depending on where he went out of bounds.
See where they mark it. It was a fake reverse. It is a first down.
Yep. First down for the Seagulls, just over the 35.
You know, on the field, too, we want to mention that the middle of the field is muddy. It's a little slick out there.
Yeah, we
this
were out there
afternoon.
earlier walking it, and you're right. Of course, as the sun started to warm up this field, which has probably been frozen, it just turns, at least the top layer of the stuff just turns to mud. First down. Ralph Dubois in motion. Handoff. It's David. David slips outside. Looks to cut back inside. No room there, but he'll pick up a good 5 yards.
Yeah, we'll take it. It's 5 yards. It didn't look like it was going to amount to much, but only he can make it look that easy.
Make it 6
6 yards.
Second and 4.
Gerard, just a quick pitch.
Yep.
Just using the speed to his ability.
He had Ralph as a blocker coming out on that motion, and used Ralph well, as he often does.
6 minutes left till halftime, and the Beach scoring a 2nd down and 4 at their own 41.
Gerard on the slot. Ralph, the running back in that set, and he'll go forward for
we'll
a
get a
couple,
flag
and the
also.
flags are flying.
Hopefully it won't be offensive holding, because the Beach has had all the flags go their way.
Well, they're already applauding. The Foxcroft kids are
Yeah.
applauding. It is holding against Seagulls. You called it.
It's one thing the Beach really, has a problem with is the penalties. And it hasn't really haunted them too much thus far, but this is the state game, and they've got to try to stay away from things like this.
For sure. So they'll probably be walking this off, I would imagine. And they do.
And it's a big one.
10 yards for holding. Brings the ball back to about the 32. And repeat 2nd down, but make it now 2nd and 13. And that establishes, again, a different type of call from the bench.
Passing-wise, 1 for 4 for Dubois for 15 yards, but he's been pretty much on the money with all his passes.
Yep. And he's going to throw. He's looking, and he's got almost intercepted.
Yeah, that's one pass drop we didn't mind.
That's for sure. Adam Harvey is the boy, number 42. So we've got a 3rd down and 13.
Dangerous play. Right, that was a quick pass, quick short pass. If he intercepts that, you never know.
Yep.
Be a quick 6.
Absolutely.
Going to bring up, like you mentioned, 3rd and about 13 with 5:36 to go till halftime. And you hate to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long and not very good field position. This is not what you look for. Dubois hangs on to it. Don will move forward and pick up about 5 or 6. Get him out closer to the 40-yard line. It'll be a 4th down, however, and 4th and about 6. So the Seagulls will punt out of here. That it improves their position on the field a little bit. As the punting team, special team players come on out on the field, and we'll pick up a couple of those guys. I know that number 7, Drew Salamanca, is one of them, and number 14 is also out there, Bill Burke, Tucci, and so forth. Punt is away, and a good one. They fake the handoff. They do that, I guess, on every punt if they can. And the running back cuts a nice return, getting it out here. That's Beaudry. Getting it out to about the 47 or 8 yard line, his own 47 or 8. So that'll be excellent field position with 4:44 left in the first half for the Ponies.
Yeah, 8-6. The Beach leads this thing. This is it. Class C championship in Bangor. Cameron Field in Bangor. 2 other state games going on as we speak.
Yeah.
Belfast and Mountain Valley, I think, playing maybe in Waterville, and at Fitzpatrick, it's South Portland and Lawrence in Class A. So this is it for high school football for 1996.
Yeah,
and
we're
it's late in the year for high school
is,
football. Another 4 days, it's Thanksgiving, 5 days.
Deep back, Preston, a lot of room, and he's going to get stopped, but picks up a good 5 on that play. Inside the 50, now into Beach territory. We'll get down to about the 48, we'll call it, in 2nd and 5.
Yeah, after watching Foxcroft establish a real good drive and take up a lot of time off the clock, I think Old Orchard's defense really has to respond, Roger, in this drive.
Right here.
Right
exactly.
here.
Right here.
Because if they start getting some momentum going before halftime and go in, it could be, never know, it could be a long afternoon.
No, they don't need momentum, they don't need motivation, they don't need any of that stuff.
Yeah, we're down to 4 minutes, too, till halftime, so they're going to have to move a little quick.
Cameron is still moving forward. That's Farron, I'm sorry. He's still on his feet. And it's dragged down from behind. on a touchdown saving tackle actually by Don Dubois. Farron just would not go down. Hit a couple of times. He gets inside the 30-yard line, down to the 27, and he's moving the ball beautifully this afternoon.
Yeah, we told you they had some talented running backs.
Boy, I
and
guess.
you can see why. They know how to move the football. They've gained a lot of yards this year. They've got, between three players, they've got almost 2,200 yards each game.
Yeah.
That tells you they're a run-orientated team, and once in a while they'll set up the pass at that tight end.
Preston is in motion. Farron, however, is going to get the handoff, and this time he's stopped short. Tries to go straight up the middle, and is stopped there by Darling, number 54, coming up, and Bickford, number 63. We'll say no gain and call it 2nd and 10. Or, yeah, 2nd and 10.
I was gonna say,
In fact, maybe a loss.
Yeah. Bill Adams has injured his right hand or his wrist, by the way. He's been holding on to that thing since that long game by Farron.
Yeah.
And he seems to be hurting out there right now. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left until halftime. So the clock, hopefully we can get it to move a little quicker here.
2nd and 10. He's going to throw. He's being rushed. Dubois has him. Bickford misses him. Now he's still on his feet and finally dragged down. But, man, he got hit two or three times. But got away. It's still a loss on the play of about 3 or 4. But they had a couple of earlier shots at the quarterback. And Hartford would not go down. Anyway,
No.
they drop him at about the 32. And it'll be a 3rd down, and let's call it 13, maybe 14 yards. Looks like another passing situation, but they're down. They're in 4-down territory once again.
Yeah, and they're, they're missing some tackles. Let's face it.
Yes, they are. They
and
missed a couple on Farron earlier, and then missed a couple on this boy, but they still got the loss.
Yeah. So it's 3rd and 14. It's a loss actually of about 3 or 4.
Right.
They called it for us. The clock stopped with 2:27 left, and now the clock moves.
Cheerleaders doing their thing down here on the sideline, as usual, cheering it up for the old Seagulls.
3rd and 14. You got to think pass here.
I would think so. They split a couple of people wide. Number 88 at the bottom of the screen is Brian Ames, and Beaudry is at the top, and he's in motion. And Hartford goes back to throw. Tucci rushes him. He gets it away and batted away on a beautiful defensive play. I believe that's Dave Gerard down there that gets the hand up in front of the intended receiver, Nate Lyda, and a big play by Gerard.
Well, when you figure, you look at Dave Gerard, Roger, what's he go, 5'8"?
Yep.
And Lyda is 6'3", 6'4". He gives up a few inches there, and he had to
Lyda,
jump way up high.
He really
for that
did,
one.
and Lyda was behind the defense, but Dave Gerard comes up big with a big defensive saver.
Timeout, because I think they may even want to talk about a field goal here. Believe it or not, he has the range from here. Actually, it's a little bit out of his range.
I think it might be. Figure 32-yard line, add 10, that's 42, another 7 or 8, so we're closer to a 50-yard attempt. I think that might be a little beyond his
A little beyond
scope.
his range, yeah. A minute 58 to go till half. Big 4th down, 4th and 14. They can get another 1st down, by the way, around the 20, 17-yard line. Roger, call timeout. Coach Paul Withy, as we mentioned before, from Foxcroft Academy.
Yes.
Spent some time in the Sanford area. Matter of fact, spent 1982 to 1990 as a teacher and coach at Sanford High School, coaching under Pat Conley and also at Duggan.
Well, he was an assistant at Sanford.
He's an assistant at Sanford. Then he moved up here with his family, and at one time he was the head varsity baseball coach, and he still is the head varsity basketball coach, and he is the head varsity football coach. The only one I know who's done it locally has been Ron Cody of Biddeford, who's moved on to UNE.
Right.
He has since dropped this baseball position to coach, spend more time, but this week he's been altering his shift between basketball practice and football.
Amazing.
So it's been an interesting story.
Small schools do stuff like that.
Sure
Well,
they
we've
do.
got a 4th down here. Big 4th down play for both teams here. As Hartford goes back to throw, gets good time. Bickford tries to rush. Nothing there, and a good break up by Don Dubois as he gets his hands in front of Preston, the intended receiver. And again, a nice defensive stand here by the Seagulls, and they will take over at their own make it 31-yard line.
I'll tell you, though, I'm impressed with two things, Raj. I'm impressed with Hartford's throwing because he's been basically on the money. Those have been two great defensive plays to break up the play. He shows a lot of composure for a junior.
And, you know, when they talk defense, if you talk to the kids about defense, they'll tell you that the best part of their defensive alignment is their pass defense. They feel very strongly about their defensive backfield. First down. Gerard tries to get outside, and there's nothing there. As a lot of folks come up very quickly for the Foxcroft Academy defense, and it'll be a loss on the play of about a yard.
About a yard, so it's going to bring stuff second and long.
Second and 11.
Continues to move. Second down and 11. A minute and a half to go. You got to figure, though, if they do get fourth down, I would think that Foxcroft would call timeout and try to go for a block. But we got a long way for that. Second and 11.
We do indeed. Gerard. David has a little room. Tries to get outside and cannot avoid the tackler. Number 42 coming up hard is Adam Harvey. David gets a couple on the play. It'll be a third and still long, making third and about 8. Ball sits at around the 33. Yes, make it about the 33-yard line.
37 yards in the first half for Gerard. They've done pretty well containing him, Raj, definitely, when he averaged about 170 yards a game.
But we always know that it's just one play away, you know, from doing whatever he needs to do.
Exactly. And Foxcroft knows it, too.
Sure. Fumble on the play. The Seagulls may have fallen on it. And it's Dave Gerard that does fall on it.
And there's a timeout by Foxcroft.
Absolutely. With 30 seconds left, they call time. It'll be a fourth down situation. The Seagulls will be punting.
And you got to know they're going to be rushing 10 or 11 kids there.
Precisely. We have time out on the field, and a good crowd out here this afternoon. We're looking at some of those folks. They are here today. The wind picks up as well. It's getting a little breezy right now. Sun remains hidden behind some pretty heavy cloud cover.
Yeah, I think we've seen the sun for the last time on the way up here. But it'll be interesting here, Raj, both teams, see how they adjust to this. You would assume their blocking ability, they'll be sending the troops in.
Yep.
Foxcroft, they'll be going all out and seeing the beat trying to get, actually, they'll be kicking into a breeze.
You know, I think you're right. I think they will be kicking into a breeze. Hubbard drops back to punt. Preston and Beaudry back here to receive.
Well, they almost seem like they want to go for a run back. They want to set something. They might even get decent field position out of this.
Yeah, I don't. Looks like they're rushing only 4 or 5. Oh, no, the ball goes way over the head of Jerry Hubbard. He picks it up, tries to come back, and is dropped down inside the 10-yard line.
Now, things can happen on special teams, and that time it was a high snap.
A high snap, and the wind didn't help as the ball goes all the way back down and about the 8-yard line, Andy, with 21 seconds left in the first half. Huge break here for Foxcroft Academy.
Yep, huge break. Instead of the Beach going in with an 8-6 lead, Foxcroft has a chance to take the lead.
Exactly right. And on first play, they hand it to Preston, who is stopped down around the 5.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for a field goal. They're going to call timeout.
The clock is still moving.
Oh, they may not have a timeout left.
Inside 10 seconds now, and there they slam the ball down to,
that's what it is.
To stop the clock with 6.6 seconds left.
I said the kicking game may play a factor in this, ride.
Yep.
And there it is. Farron will try for the field goal.
They've got an angle. It's a little off to the right. Whether that affects it or not, we'll soon see.
Well, before the game, I was back of the goalpost, and he was trying him from that spot exactly where he is now, and he was hitting him every one of them. But again, he didn't have 11 guys rushing him either.
Well, that's true. All right, we're going for the field goal attempt here. Farron, number 45. Hartford holds the ball.
A long count here.
A long count. They're trying to draw the beam off, and they got a 5-yard penalty, I think, for delay. I am going to guess that's a delay call. It is a delay call, so they're going to walk it back another 5, which is not necessarily bad if you're Foxcroft, because they may get them an even better angle. Although Farron doesn't look too
No, he doesn't do too pleased, but I would think, you know, it still gives him a shot because he has the leg for it. I'm just trying to figure out where can you see from there where they're setting up?
Well, the ball's at about the 11-yard
right.
line, so I'll make it to 10, I guess. And so knock off another 7 from there. So you're about the 17.
So about a
let's
28,
say.
27 yards.
Right, in the 27 yards. And the kick is up. It is
Good.
good. With 2.2 seconds left in the first half, Foxcroft Academy goes out on top in this game, 9-8. Although it hasn't gone up on the scoreboard yet.
I'll say it's good because they're marching it upfield.
Okay, so our score is 9-8. A huge break for Foxcroft, coming with about 20 seconds left here in this first half, as the snap from center on an attempted punt by the Seagulls went over the head of the punter. Of course, on a 4th down, so Foxcroft picks up the ball, takes over at the 8-yard line, and a few seconds later, they kick this field goal.
Well, look for either an onside kick or a squibbler here. They're not going to risk a run back of any sort. You got to know they're just going to squib it over here, and because by the time the beach touches it, the half will just about be over.
Barron kicks, and as Andy suggested, the ball just comes straight out. Beach falls on it about their own 35. And they will just run one quick play, and that'll be the end of that for the first half. Been a very interesting first half.
Yeah, 1.2 seconds. Exactly a second went off. The second that he touched it, and his knee was down.
Yep.
So one big play. Do you run it out here? Do you throw it long?
Oh, I think they probably will just put the knee down and end the first half. And that's what they do. So we have completed one half of play from Cameron Field in Bangor in this state Class C championship game. And our score at halftime: Foxcroft Academy 9, Old Orchard Beach. Andy and I and the whole gang over here will be back with the second half, stats and all the rest of it after this.
Nobody does it better than the Journal-Tribune. From the big stories to the bean suppers, no newspaper gives you more local news than the Journal-Tribune, York County's only daily newspaper. If you live in York County and want to be well informed on important issues ranging from the local to the international, subscribe to the Journal-Tribune. Nobody does it better. Call 282-1535 today.
Brand new gift shop. Gifts galore from Maine and beyond for every taste and budget. It's a Tisketed Casket, rear 605 U.S. Route 1, Scarborough.
Thank our Class C State Championship game sponsors: Frank's Auto, the only computer diagnosis at the beach; the Old Orchard Beach Baseball Card and Sports Shop, where you'll score big with their super deals and selection of sportswear and collectibles; Booney's Market, formerly 3Ds, for all your beverage, snacks, and gas needs; Pop's Corner Store, home to the Boyd Bear collection; Sparkle Auto Wash, nobody gets it cleaner; Ocean Pizza, gourmet pizza at regular prices; Bill's Automotive, bumper to bumper, foreign or domestic; Lemoyne and Lemoyne, when you need an attorney; Java Junction at Apple Blossoms, the freshest coffee and pastries in the area. AZ's Fresh Food Market, try our a la carte to go. Astro Waste Services, your local disposal company. Ocean Park Cleaning, commercial, industrial, and residential cleaning. Radley's, check our new produce department. The Journal Tribune for the complete story and more. Saco Bay Divers for all your scuba diving needs. The Ocean Park Association, and they wish the Seagulls success. Sandcastle Realty, whether you're looking to rent or buy. Blow Brothers, #1 in the #2 business. The Captain's Galley Restaurant, check out their 2-for-1 specials. The Biddeford Saco OOB Courier for the inside story and classifieds reaching 22,000 homes. Palace Playland, Maine's premier amusement park. Play It Again Sports, now open at the Saco Valley Shopping Center. New and used gear for all of your sporting needs. The American Legion Post, #57, thanking the Seagulls for a great season. And the Portland Press-Herald and Maine Sunday Telegram, award-winning newspapers. These are the sponsors for this day's Class C State Championship game spot, and we thank them very much. Okay, we're getting ready for the start of the second half. Andy, you got a few stats for us, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got a few.
Okay.
First of all, let's go with Foxcroft. Running-wise, Roger, this is kind of deceiving because rushing-wise, they're 58 yards, and Farron has 64.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad math, by the way.
Okay.
but what it is Hartford's lost like 33 yards in sacks.
Gotcha.
With 3 sacks. So Farron's it's been the Charlie Farron show basically.
It has,
He has 64 yards rushing. They have 58 yards rushing. They're 1 for 4 in the passing department for 9 yards, 67 total yards. Old Orchard Beach has 81 yards on the ground. They're 1 for 5 passing for 15. So 96 for Old Orchard Beach, 67 for Foxcroft Academy. The first quarter belonged to the Beach, a 4-yard run after the big Jim Bickford fumble recovery at 2:16 of the quarter by Ralph Dubois. The 4-yard run made it 6-0. Dave Gerard, 2-point run, made it point after, 8-0 after 1 quarter. Second quarter was a little bit different. The Foxcroft at the end of the first quarter, leading into the second, started controlling the game a little bit with runs. 12-yard Farron run, point after, 2-point failed at 6:48 of the quarter, 8-6, still the Beach. Then with the high snap on the punt to Hubbard, the ball was recovered, and then a 27-yard field goal with 2.2 seconds left by who else? Charlie Farron.
That's right.
9-8 here at halftime. The Foxcroft Ponies lead this thing, so it's we thought it would be tight. We thought it would be a close game. We thought it would be a defensive struggle, and it is. And it just shows you a couple big plays, and this team is leading now by 1 point.
Yep, and the big plays really made the difference in this one. And, of course, we've got another half of play. This is the last half we're going to be doing for 1996. And this second half, of course, will determine the Class C state champions.
Yeah, as the captains meet, I think Foxcroft will be receiving also, and the Beach has their choice, I think, which goal they wanted to defend.
You're right.
As it's just the formalities of the meetings. Interesting, too, right before the half, the coaching staff came out early, and the kids just came out with a few seconds to go. I saw Kurt talking to the official, and showing the passing motion. I think he was talking about the play where they were on 3rd and 12,
Yes.
where they got called for roughing the passer.
Right.
We were looking, I think, at the receiver, both you and I. Baudry had dropped the
exactly.
ball as he turned upfield. I think everybody had their eyes on him, and so we never saw how close. You may have saw it on camera, whether it was roughing or not, but it was called roughing. He may have been talking about the motion and the follow-through that was in what was called, and then what determines, what they're going to call here, But anyways, that was a big play because instead of settling for maybe a field goal, they ended up getting first down, and on 2nd and 12, Farron had that 12-yard run. And then, of course, the punt at the end of the with the high snap. So that's basically how they scored their points.
Exactly, and it's like you said, it's on these big play situations. And actually, the Beach has self-destructed here a couple of times, and they just can't continue to do that. So, well, anyway, we're getting ready to go here with about another overcast afternoon.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it'll be interesting. Second half, the Beach will be kicking off here. I think they need a real big defensive stand to stop, to kind of set the tone. They can't do it offensively, but a big hit sometimes can be just as important right here.
Precisely. Jerry Hubbard will be kicking off, and we're kicking to Foxcroft Academy. They drop the usual suspects back deep. Preston, number 33, is in the middle on this return team. He's joined back there by Baudry and Mike Saunders, number 44. And we're ready to go, and this is it. Jerry Hubbard gets it away. It's going to be fielded by Preston. He comes back upfield, is still on his feet, still moving forward, and gets a nice return. He breaks away. He breaks away, and he could go the rest of the way. He's got blocking in front of him. And he scores! No flags on the play. He's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like he was being hemmed in and just came busted out of nowhere, Raj, and somewhere around 80 yards, I believe. We're going to get him an 80-yard kickoff.
Just about 80 yards. I would go along with that. It looked like he was caught. He busted loose, and he gets into the corner and scores. And on the opening kickoff of this second half, on this Saturday afternoon, Preston drives in for the touchdown and a 15-8 lead, and is dead silence over here on this Old Orchard Beach side.
And how many, the Beach is known for their kickoff return specialty teams.
Yep.
And boy, I'll tell you, Foxcroft, this is the first time we've seen anybody do this on them this year. Usually they don't get within their 30, 35-yard line,
Exactly. Farron will go for the one-point conversion. He's very good. No, they fake it. He's going to throw. Hartford tries to get away. Throws, and it is incomplete. Well, there's a break. Another 2 points would have been really tough at this point because it would have given the Foxcroft Club a 9-point advantage, and it would have meant 2 scores for the Seagulls. But at 15-8, the Seagulls are down 7, and obviously a touchdown away.
Yeah.
But that's a tough way to start this second half, Andy, coming up with that big kickoff return.
Yeah, it's a good call by their coach.
Sure.
Because you sure-footed Farron, he's probably going to make it, He makes most of his extra points, and why not try a fake here? It's a good opportunity. The worst they can do now is, the Beach will have to score, not only that, and get the extra point just to tie.
Exactly right.
So it's still early. We've got a lot of time left, and the good news is that the Beach has scored only once. They've scored 3 times. They're only down by 7.
Good point.
So just look at it that way.
Yep. Got to grab for everything positive we can out of this situation right now. It's 15-8, and the kickoff goes the other way. That whole series took only 16 seconds, by the way. Gerard drops the kick. Now he picks it up and comes back hard. Still on his feet. David is going to get over the 35. And about to the 36-yard line. So the Seagulls will go on offense and see if they can get themselves back into this thing as quickly as possible.
I think they might have been surprised that they were actually kicking to him. Ball on their own 36-yard line, so decent field position. And we got a long way to go. All it takes is one good drive, and this team could actually take the lead. But they've got to turn the momentum around somehow.
Right, and this early drive, I think, will tell us an awful lot. Pitch out is to Gerard. Gerard cuts back, and he drives forward. Caught after about 3 yards. We'll get about to the, closer to the 40. Let's call it a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Just short of the 40-yard line.
I think Dave has got about 40 yards thus far. That's far below the average, but of course, as we know with him, was one run, but he's just really not getting much there.
No,
no. They're stuffing him. They're doing a good job.
They haven't found a way to break David loose yet, but I emphasize the word yet. Donald will look to throw, fakes it, throws, incomplete. That was kind of a, looked like a little bit of a setup to, it was intended for Gerard, but never quite got to him.
Yeah,
Looked like a bit of a screen that they were trying to establish on that side.
3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Clock
Another
stops.
tough call.
Yeah, plenty of time, 10:55 left, but as you mentioned, sooner or later, they got to break some of the momentum that Foxcroft has gotten.
Yep, they sure do. And let's see what they do in the 3rd down call. The pitch out is to Pulp. Pulp, so with the ball, tries to follow a blocks. Will only pick up about a yard as he crosses the 40-yard line. So the short gainer is going to set up a 4th and about, let's call it 5, and a punting situation again for the Seagulls.
Yeah, in all fairness, too, Raj, to Scott Darling, the center. We haven't really seen this all year about a bad snap, especially on punts and stuff. He's been really consistent with his snaps.
Jerry Hubbard back to punt. He gets a good snap, gets it away, a good rush, but he did get it away. Beaudry, number 8, he'll pick it up at about the 32 and is dropped as he crosses the 40. So about the 44 or so, and that'll be a pretty good field position again for Foxcroft Academy at their own 40, well, just about the 45-yard line. Right at the 45. So 1st and 10, Foxcroft back on offense.
Yeah, 1st and 10, and first offensive possession. They hold the Beach on 3 and out. 10 minutes and 8 seconds left in quarter number 3. If you just joined us, the Beach led this thing at one time 8-0. They now trail 15-8 in the 3rd quarter.
Indeed, 15 unanswered points by Foxcroft. Farron is the ball carrier up the middle, dragged down as he gets to the 50. And he'll pick up about 5.
Yeah, about 6 at least.
Yeah. Well, they move it back. Let's call it 2nd and 5.
All right. 69 yards for Charlie Farron, plus he has a field goal to go along with that. He's been the story of the first half, running the football. I thought you'd see Preston, but they featured Farron more. He's actually had more carries also than Preston.
And Preston, of course, got the big kickoff return opening this 2nd half. Handoff inside. It's Farron again, and Farron is found, and he still gets away. Missed tackles once again as he wiggles away from a couple of people, and it'll be a 3rd down and short, maybe a couple of yards, just over the 50.
They're breaking the initial tackles, and they're just making extra out of that. It's the same thing happened on the kickoff. They seemed to be hemmed in, and all of a sudden he was gone. So 3rd and 2, a very important 3rd down here, I think, already, Roger, because if you give them a 1st down here, they're just going to keep this momentum going. So the Beach needs to come up pretty big here to force a punt.
Hartford's the quarterback. Preston is the D-back in this I set. It's Farron, and he's not going to get there. That will bring up the 4th down, and still about 2 yards to go. So they do get the good defensive play, Seagulls, in this case, and it'll be, as we said, 4th and about 2. They're sitting at the Seagull 48. A couple of people coming in, then we may be looking at a punting situation. Then again, maybe not.
Well, I'm not sure.
Tough
He's
call.
calling signals. They're not going to set up as a punt.
No, they're not. They're going for it.
But that doesn't really mean anything here, neither. They could still quick snap it to Preston.
Defense comes back quickly. The handoff. Pitch out to Preston. Preston forward and the 1st down as he drives over the Seagull 45 down to about the 44.
Yeah, it's gutsy calling. It's still early in the half. They choose to go, and he's got a lot of confidence right now in his team.
Yep. And that tells you an awful lot right there. They made that decision. They know what they've got going over there on the other side of the field. And confidence is everything at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of times you relay that to your kids just by saying, we're going for it, and everybody blocks a little harder and runs a little harder.
First down, we're at the Seagull 44-yard line as Foxcroft's offense continues to move forward. Hartford dropping back to pass. He's rushed and dropped. Don Dubois coming up from his defensive back position. Leads the rush and drops Hartford for a big loss back to the 42-yard line.
Big play that time by about 5 or 6 players for the Beach, Rod.
Oh, yes,
good
they were
pursuit,
all coming up.
And a 15-yard loss.
But when you have your corner coming up, hard as he did to get in on that play, that tells you an awful lot about that defensive backfield as well. So now we're looking at a second down and about 26, 25, somewhere in there. A lot, whatever it is. Beaudry in motion. Second down. Beaudry has the ball, tries to find running room, does not, and is dropped for a gain of maybe a yard.
Interesting, Rod. We'll keep an eye, too, on quarterback for the quarterback for Brock Hartford.
Yes.
Keep an eye on him when he goes back to pass. He almost gives it away. What he does is when he goes to hand the ball off, when he ducks low, means he's going back into the pocket to throw. I've been noticing that every time he goes back.
Interesting.
He will not duck if he hands the ball off.
Okay. Little keys like that, if the defense can pick up on it, tells you an awful lot. We have a third down and let's say about 23 yards to go. A passing situation, one would think. Hartford hands the ball off to Preston, who goes wide the other side, still on his feet. And now he's dropped. It'll be a gain of about 5, but far less than what they need. And we got a fourth down coming up in about 17 yards, so 18 yards. And I doubt very much if they're going to go for it in this situation.
No, I don't think so now. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in quarter number 3. You got to really, they're going to kick the ball here.
Right.
15-8. The Ponies from Foxcroft Academy lead this thing. Last time I think they won a Class C title was in 1967, right? They lost the Class B title to York 15-14 in '89.
Oh, big punt. Nice punt. Adams watches it and lets it roll, and it's going to go dead down around the 5-yard line. Tremendous punt for Foxcroft Academy as it rolls dead, as we said, about the 5-yard line, and that's a tough spot for the Seagulls to try to
Preston is
to
angry.
over.
He's looking at C.T. Roderick right here. As he got up real slow. Might have got blocked downfield a little bit, didn't like it, and he stayed down for a few seconds and tried to come back to this sidelines, and it was strained a little bit.
Well, the Seagulls have got 95 yards to negotiate here. It's a lot of real estate.
And they don't want to make a mistake deep in
That's
this
for
zone.
sure. More important than anything else is what you said. You cannot afford to make a mistake here. On first down, it looks like Todd Polk, I think, on that side.
And they'll give him some running room here. Good gain by Todd.
No, it's Don Dubois hanging on to the ball. Sorry about that, gang.
Yeah,
and he'll
gets him
pick
out of
up
the
about
hole.
5, so it'll be 2nd and 5 as they get out to the 10. Makes it a little more palatable, not much. Parker is split wide down here on the bottom of your screen off to one side. Dubois hands off on a delay. That looks like Ralph Dubois, but he's going to get maybe a yard as he crosses the 10 to about the 11. Everybody coming up tough in the middle for Foxcroft. It'll
Third
be
and 5.
Yeah, 3rd and 5.
Maybe a long 4, but
A long 4 at best. And again, this third quarter has not been very favorable to the Seagulls, and they needed a big third quarter, we felt, to change momentum and get things rolling in their direction. Handoff is to Dave Gerard, and Dave is trying to get there. He may make it. I think he does.
I think that third
for the
effort
first
did it.
down, and that extra effort does make it.
Yeah, he got it.
And
Big-
that is a huge
yeah.
first down, Andy.
Yeah, he was determined, I think, the way he broke loose from that last tackle to make that first down. It's a pickup of 6.
So we've got a first down, and we're sitting at about the 17-yard line, which is a little better, Improves that position somewhat.
Yeah, and they've got plenty of time. It's not the 4th, it's the 3rd. We're under 4 minutes now, 3:50 left in the 3rd.
Parker split once again. Deep backs are Polk and Gerard. Gerard has the ball. David tries to find room. Slips back inside. Will pick up a good 8 yards as he gets to the 25 or so. Make it about the 26, and it'll set up a 2nd and 1, 9-yard gain.
Yeah, it was nice to see. Actually, it was an interesting pitch, one-handed by Dave Gerard.
Yes.
And had to cut up field a little bit, and he's earning every yard that he's getting this afternoon, Roger, which has been the case lately against the teams like the Lisbons, and he's had tough running against them. But of course, every team keys on him.
2nd and 1. Let's see if they go to Ralph. No, they go to Todd. It's Polk, I believe, pushing forward, driving forward. And he gets close to the first down. Should have it. Does have it. Move the chains. And we do. Ball comes out closer to the 30-yard line now. And the Seagulls have moved this ball forward about 25 yards on this drive. Starting back down there around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, at least they're showing right now they're at least moving the football, which is a real good sign.
We're under 3 minutes left in this quarter, by the way. Andy, down to about 250.
Moving along pretty well.
We are indeed.
Both teams keeping the ball on the ground, though, right now. That's why.
First down. That's a pitch out to Gerard. Gerard follows the blocking again. He'll get another 5 as he gets to the 35. Almost 6.
6 yards.
2nd and 4.
.24 yards in this quarter here by Gerard. He's starting to pick it up a little bit. As I'm not going to say it's too early, but it's a good-looking little drive right now. They're chopping away a little bit, 5 yards at a time, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yep. Don will throw. Don is going deep. He's looking for Tucci. Comes back. And what have we got?
Oh.
Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass.
Wow. I think Tucci thought maybe he was tackled before he
sure
got
did.
the football.
He sure did. There was no call. No call. And we've got a 3rd down and 4. That was down around the Foxcroft 40-yard line. The ball was thrown short. Brian had to come back for it.
Yeah, he made a good adjustment to get
Sure
back to the
did.
ball. He really did. And I think the defender caught that, and I thought he got a hold of him.
3rd down. Big 3rd down. Up the middle. Do we have it? I don't think so.
No.
It'll be 4th down and a couple of yards. Fourth and at least 2, maybe closer to 3.
Timeout for Orchard. They want to talk about this one, right?
Yeah, they should. The ball is sitting down around the 37-yard line. And with 1 minute and 37 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, the score is 15-8 in favor of Foxcroft. And the Seagulls are having a chat.
In the past year and a half, the new Amanda Mays has established itself serving up the finest breakfast in the area, and with good reason. The freshest ingredients, big portions, small prices, friendly service, and great gossip combine to give your day a winning start. There are specials every day: soups, chowders, sandwiches, something for everyone, and it's all available for takeout. Plus, they cater any event. For a very pleasant dining surprise, try Amanda Mays, where good friends meet and make new ones.
Sometimes you just want to do the same old thing. When you need photocopies at reasonable rates, you want to visit Copy It again. Multiple copies, collated, stapled, or bound are no problem for Copy It's high-speed copier. Don't go anywhere else for copies up to 36 inches wide or for blueprints. But when you want some color in your life, go to Copy It. Copy It's full-color copier reproduces photos and artwork like you wouldn't believe and gives pizzazz to business documents. Whether you want the old or the new, go to Copy It for all your copy needs. Party Castles is where party people go so they can get their parties off the ground. Party Castles has party supplies for every celebration. From more than a rainbow tableware to streamers, personalized balloons, and balloon delivery, Party Castles will give your party a lift. And if your special wedding day is fast approaching, a visit to Party Castles will delight you. Janine can help you with wedding invitations, rental of the wonderful balloon arch, and the wedding bell. For the most festive parties and the most beautiful weddings, you've got to get to Party Castles.
As Kurt Creechin is out there talking to the troops, trying to figure out what we're going to do here in the fourth down. I'm sure they've already called the play. It's just a question of what else Kurt needs to tell these kids at this point.
Yeah, it's still very early. Don't forget, we still have a minute 37 here. We've got 12 minutes, 13 and a half minutes of football left.
That's right.
So it's not like it's the fourth quarter or anything, but I think they definitely don't want to make the wrong call here, because if they don't get it, Foxcroft's got a huge...
It looks like they're going for it.
It looks like they're going for it here.
Well,
although they've also kicked from this position,
yes,
too.
they have. Dave Gerard quick kicks out of this kind of a setup. Keep that in mind. However, we do have a fourth down. Here we go. The pitch out is to Gerard. Gerard will get the first down, I believe. Yes. If that spot holds right at the 40-yard line, he's got it. Well, gutsy calls go both ways in these games, Andy, and that's
right. That's as gutsy as you're going to want to.
That's right, and that's Kurt telling his troops, we've got confidence in you guys, too.
That's right. That's a good point, because Kurt's behind. He's not like he's ahead. And he was deeper in his own territory than Coach Withy was.
Exactly. First down, handoff inside. Polk trying to find some room. Just bulls forward for a couple. Get him out to about the 42, 2nd and 8. Todd Polk. So we got a 2nd and long. Somewhere down the line here, I'm expecting the old hook and lateral, or we call it hook and ladder.
Yep.
Look for that to happen. I just have a hunch. I don't think Foxcroft has scouted that, because the Beach hasn't tried it in several games.
They haven't used it, in several games.
So it's the pass to Hubbard, who then just laterals back to Gerard coming right behind him. So the end goes down, hooks for the short pass completion, and then, anyway, it hasn't happened yet. Polk trying to find some room. Does. We'll get to the 50.
Another first down, I believe.
Could be.
Depends where he gets the mark, but I think he got it.
He's right on the 50, I believe. And what are we saying? The referee's looking at it.
It's over the line.
And he says yes, first down. Well, this started at the 5-yard line, gang, and we are now at the 50. So, if nothing else, they are showing that they can march the ball, even with the fourth down short yardage situations. They did that as well.
Yeah, they're doing it in little chunks, but it's a real good-looking little drive here.
Yep.
Reminds me of the drive they started up in Lisbon last week, opening a half up.
Exactly right. First down. Out of the wishbone, pitch out is to Gerard. Gerard may throw. He does throw. Overthrows Todd Polk. He had two players deep. Polk was short, but it took a real touch on that pass to be able to complete it over the defense, and it's just a little long. On the run, Gerard had to throw it, and that's a tough pass to complete under any situation. But the problem, of course, is it sets up a 2nd and long and forces the Seagulls into some other choices, not their primary choices. That always happens on a first down situation if you can't pick up some positive yardage.
Yeah, 17.4 seconds left now, third quarter.
Pitch out is to Polk. Polk has room, plenty of room, cuts back inside, loses his footing actually, and goes down after picking up about 5, maybe 6. Make it 5. Third down and 5 now at the 45-yard line. You can be sure that they've got 2 plays to get the 5 yards.
And this is it for the third quarter.
And that is it. So we have completed 3 quarters of play in this Class C state championship game from Cameron Field in Bangor. And our score, Foxcroft Academy 15, Old Orchard beat.
Nobody does it better than the Journal-Tribune. From the big stories to the bean suppers, no newspaper gives you more local news than the Journal-Tribune, York County's only daily newspaper. If you live in York County and want to be well informed on important issues ranging from the local to the international, subscribe to the Journal-Tribune. Nobody does it better. Call 282-1535 today.
Nothing is tastier than fresh peaches, and Peaches Deli, 88 Saco Avenue, Old Orchard Beach, guarantees the freshness, quality, and homemade goodness of all of their food. Any time is a great time to enjoy a delicious specialty pizza or one of an almost unlimited variety of overstuffed subs. Call ahead and your order will be ready when you arrive. And be sure to pick up your favorite beverages, snacks, and megabuck tickets. For homemade freshness and quality, nothing beats the fresh taste of Peaches. Guaranteed.
At Saka Redemption Center, redemption is our only business, so we give you the best service around. At Saka Redemption, we accept any quantity of returnables. We trust your honest pre-count. You won't stand in long lines. In fact, if you have young children or are disabled, we'll come to your car. And if your organization plans a bottle drive, team up with Saka Redemption. We'll give you 10% above their value and park our trailer for collection at your location or ours. So if you plan a bottle drive, call Saka Redemption at 283-8900 today.
Getting ready for the fourth quarter. Unless I forget, Andy, I want to thank you again for a great season. It was a lot of fun doing this with you as usual. It's just been a blast, and thanks for making it so easy. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Rides. I know we have a lot of fun, even just a little coming up to the games.
That's right.
You make that 150-mile trip a lot easier, I'll tell you.
And Mark Pickard, of course, been our cameraman basically all season. Thank you again, Mark. And, of course, all the other fellas that are up here today doing the shoot for us. Handoff inside and a good run. And a first down again as the Seagull drive continues. That's Todd Polk picking up about 7.
Todd Polk is playing a very nice offensive game, Rod, this afternoon. He seems to be really driven here in this
Well,
half.
he's the counter to Gerard. If he can be effective, and he is right now, then Gerard they have to loosen up on David Gerard, and that could make Gerard even more effective down the road. So very important what Todd Polk is doing right now for this offense. And there he goes again. This time they find him and stop him after a gain of about a yard. So we'll give Todd
See where they mark it
about
there.
a yard, I guess. Well, maybe, yeah, a yard closer to 2. We can make it 2nd and 8, doesn't matter. Ball is down around the 37-yard line, I guess, just inside. But this drive, again, keep reminding folks, this started at the 5-yard line, and it moves forward. Of course, it's 4-down territory, no matter where they are from this point on. Don looks back to throw. He's going to throw deep. He's looking for Tucci. He has it. That's right. It is down inside the 10.
Nice pass by Don Dupa. You know, he's thrown the ball well all afternoon. He hasn't got much to show for it, but that could be the biggest reception of the day right there.
Tucci split the defenders on that play, and Don had to put it right there, and he did. Perfect pass to Tucci, and they're down to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal.
It's a 30-yard pass play to Tucci.
Gerard, he tries to go wide. He's still going. He's on his feet.
He's in.
Touchdown!
Dave Gerard scores, but we got a couple of Seagulls come up limping. Jim Bickford took a big shot there on the side.
10:44 left in the fourth quarter, Andy. It's now 15 to 14.
Might even come down to this point here.
What do you do if you're the coach?
I
Do you
go
go
for
for
2.
1? Do you go for 2?
Well, they're not known for the kicking game.
No, they're not.
So I would assume he's going to go for 2 points, and I think they're going to call a timeout here.
They have called a timeout, and Kurt Creechan's coming out to talk to the troops. It is, as we said, 15 to 14, and here's the call. A 2-point conversion or a 1-point conversion, and that's the decision. And I think Andy's right. I think this team goes for 2.
Yeah, I think if you're a Foxcroft in this situation, you got to sure left-footed kicker, I think you do go for the tie,
Yes.
and it's a long way to go.
That's right.
And then you still got a shot for a field goal or to take the game over there. But I think the Beach, I think their chances with all the offensive talent they have out there, Raj, and they have momentum going right now.
They do.
And they've been running the ball effectively and even throwing that Tucci reception. I think they've got all cylinders going, and I think Kurt senses that, and he's going to make them go for 2.
Well, the big pass from Brian Tucci, Don Dubois to Brian Tucci, got them down to the 8-yard line. On the very next play, Dave Gerard, with a brilliant burst of speed that he's been so famous for, gets the touchdown. And now they go for the 2-point conversion. In this set, look for Gerard running to his right. And there he goes. He fakes the handoff, and it's not going to work, and that's that. So the 2-point attempt fails, and with 10:44 left in this football game, Foxcroft Academy maintains a 1-point advantage. It's Foxcroft 15, Old Orchard Beach 14.
Well, I guess if you look for a positive, there's still plenty of time.
Classic American fare with a continental flair, come to Silver Spoons, Southern Maine's casual dining alternative.
Maine Glass is the first place you should call when you're looking for expert auto glass and sunroof installation. Our trained professionals are NGA certified technicians, equipped with the latest tools to do the job right for you. Our customer service staff can handle your insurance claim, arrange a time convenient to your schedule, with local pickup and delivery of your vehicle if needed. And in most cases, we can do the work the same day that you call. At Maine Glass, when we say we do it right for you, we mean it.
In the fourth quarter, and I tell you, if you're a fan, it can't be any more exciting than this. This game is still Lindell. It's not like it's 36-0 right now, which would be really boring. It's been a good football game, and both teams deserve credit.
You know, remember just last week, for example, we were familiar with the Wells game when they went up against Mountain Valley. At this point, in fact, with less time than this left in the game, Wells held on to a 14-point lead, and they ended up losing that game by a point.
Right.
So, you know, we're a long ways from being done. The kickoff comes down to about the 40. He'll get it back to the 40-yard line. Returned by Mike Saunders, number 44.
Good special teams work by Salamanca and also Bill Adams.
Yeah. Let's spot it at the 39 and call it first and 10 from that point. Well, now, of course, the Seagull defense has to come up big.
Yeah, they do.
And they have to come up big quickly, I think.
Yeah, they can't afford to let them out on a long drive here.
Precisely. Just can't let them do it. Okay, out of the I formation, it's a power I. Farron the up back. Preston the tailback. It's Farron, and he's hit immediately on the handoff. What a great defensive hit.
They got it rolling now, Rod.
John Gittinger, number 61, right there.
Wow, big stick right there. And I'll tell you, a loss of 2, but it may not be the loss of just 2. It may be the impact of the hit that they could be feeling right now.
Indeed, the Gittinger brothers both come out, John and Jamie, on this second down in about 12. That was Farron who was nailed immediately. Farron now is the one back on this one back set. And the handoff is to Preston. He tries to cut back inside, and he is found at about the 40-yard line.
Fumble. No, they're not going to call it. I don't know.
Think so. I don't think they'll call that.
I'll tell you, though, talk about an aggressive defense right now. These guys are scratching and clawing their way.
Ball gets to about the 40-yard line. Let's call it a third down and, maybe still 10, maybe 9. Let's make it third and 9.
Yeah. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 15-14. The Beach trails this thing by 1. Third and long. Third and about 9. Watch if he goes back to pass, if he fakes the handoff and scoots down.
Right. Hartford looking, I would assume, to throw on a third down. No, he's going to run straight up and is dropped after picking up about 5. Gets him to the Foxcroft 45-yard line. Now we got a 4th down and 4, maybe?
Yeah, you got to know they're going to kick from here.
I would think so. I would think so. You're up by a point. Hartford has gone out of the game, so yes, Preston will drop back to punt. Gerard is the...
and Preston becomes a dangerous weapon because he
sure
fakes
does.
punts. He's quite a runner out there.
Absolutely. Big rush by the beach. He gets it away. David looks at it, lets it roll, and is going to let it roll dead inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. And here we go again with another huge amount of territory that the Seagull team will have to earn here, and I mean earn, as they are going to start it at their own 9.
I really thought that he was going to come up with that one. I thought he was going to catch it and take
go.
off.
Yep.
8:31 left, as you mentioned. 91 yards. This could be the drive right here because
it could be.
They won't have too many more chances. No, gotta do it the hard way, I guess.
Jerry Hubbard splits out wide on the short side of the field, and Don throws to a spot. He's got Gerard. David's still on his feet. David is still on his feet. David is still on his feet.
He's in. He's in.
There's a flag.
Oh, there's a flag. There's a flag on the field. I don't believe it. The beach wants to know what's going on here.
There's a flag that's
clipping on the beach. That one is coming back.
36-yard line of the Seagull 36. And
I can't believe it.
They're going to
really
walk
can't.
it off against the Seagulls.
You know, think about this one, Raj. You know, we've been doing games for a while.
Yep.
But, many times this season we've seen that there's been an awful lot of flags, and I'll tell you, I haven't seen many flags called on the opposing teams this year, and that's a fact. And you hate to use that,
but it's true.
It seems to be true, you know.
Well, after the walk-off, the ball gets all the way down to the beach 21-yard line. It'll be a first down, but it's a clipping against the Seagulls.
First down at the 21 now.
First down at the 21.
Boy, that erases one of the most exciting plays of the year right there.
Yep, Dave Gerard run that would have been for, what, 91 yards?
Yeah, 91, but comes back.
So the Seagulls have to do it all over again. Handoff inside. The gain is by Ralph Dubois. He'll get out to about the 23, I guess they're giving him. So it'll 24 maybe. Gain of a couple, 2nd and 8.
Well,
that's got to be really demoralizing for the Seagull outfit out there. I mean, you know, a touchdown that has to come back like this.
Again, a flag was thrown in back of the play after Gerard had already gone by.
He had gone by.
It's incredible.
2nd down. Pitch. The pass is incomplete, intended for Hubbard coming across. And it'll be a 3rd down and 8. Third and 8.
3rd and 8, clock stops. As you mentioned, 7:36 left in the quarter, number 4.
Brian Tucci checking in for the Seagulls, replacing Parker, number 10, coming out. A big, huge 3rd down here for the Seagulls. 7:36 remaining in this football game, trailing by a point. Don Dubois dropping back to throw. Rushed by Farron. Is hit as he throws. The ball is caught. It may be an eligible receiver, however, and the flag falls, and that could be it. The ball was tipped, or his arm was hit. Bickford, I think, caught it. Not important, but it's got to be against the Seagulls. I can't imagine it not being against the Seagulls. Tucci is talking to one of the officials, but the officials are discussing it amongst themselves right now.
I don't think it can be intentional because it was tipped by a defender. And once anybody becomes fair game, I would think for it.
Good point.
If it's not touch and if he catches it, then it's different.
It all happens
I
down
don't
around
know.
the 25-yard line, whatever it is, and whichever way they
Well,
call
they got
it.
to mark it. And it looks like a big one, too. Nope, 5 yards.
5 yards. So it'll be a...
Oh, it's a legal procedure.
So they're going to repeat third down, or are they?
Yeah, 3rd and 13, I would imagine. Oh, no, 4th. So they
Fourth
lose
and
it down,
down.
too.
4th down from that spot, of course, they're going to punt. And it'll give Foxcroft, again, excellent field position. The wind is not in their favor, blowing pretty much against Jerry Hubbard. But he drives one out of there nicely. Preston fields it, fakes the handoff. Preston still with the ball, and Tucci makes the tackle at
Polk,
about the
yeah.
35.
Polk with the hit.
Polk, okay.
Preston goes down. Well, good ball control offense now is what Foxcroft wants to do, is run a few more minutes off the clock. Kurt wants an explanation on that, I think, by the way. I tell you, they had everything go against them today, you know. It's been incredible. I don't know if Foxcroft's been penalized. I don't remember one flag being thrown on him.
I don't think they have.
I mean, nobody plays that perfect of a game.
Yeah. First down, they're at the 36. Handoff is Preston, and Preston falls forward for a couple of yards. He'll get to about the 35, I guess. Yep. So we'll give him a yard, call it 2nd and 9. Another situation where the Seagull defense has to come up big, as the clock is ticking down to 7 minutes now, under 7 minutes and counting. Expect Foxcroft, I would think, to want to keep it on the ground to use clock. On the other hand, a pass completion might be huge for them. Preston up the middle again, tries to bull forward, will get a couple more. It'll be a 3rd down and about 5. 3rd and maybe 6.
Yeah, it comes to a point where the clock becomes really important. Yes,
Sure.
under 6.5 minutes to go. A couple first downs for this team, and they're on their way.
Yep.
Hi, this is Bill O'Neill, owner of Bill O'Neill's House of Rock and Roll, Route 1 in Saco. For the past 7 years, we've been your local music store. No need to leave town to find the music you want. Great selection, good prices every day on CDs, tapes, and records. Be sure to check out our large selection of used CDs with over 1,000 titles to choose from. We're open daily, 10 till 8, Sundays noon to 5. Major credit cards accepted. Come in. Bill O'Neill's House of Rock and Roll, Route 1, Saco.
Nothing's easier.
It's the look you've been looking for.
Nothing's easier.
It's the best paint in the business.
Nothing's easier than easy elegance.
Electric colors, brighter whites. Indoors, Easy Elegance Paints makes it easy to brighten a home, while American Classic exterior paints make a house a home.
Nothing's easier than easy elegance.
Fritz's, a landmark in Arundel known for quality used tires and rims, now carries in stock 2 lines of new tires. Fritz's is proud to have an exclusive on the Tribune tire, reasonably priced with the manufacturer's 60,000-mile warranty. New tires at Fritz's are on the rim and out the door for one price, including mounting, balancing, and valve stem. Fritz's is also your undercar specialist, turning rotors and drums, doing custom exhaust, welding, brakes, shocks, and struts. Fritz's, 25 years in business and still getting bigger and better.
We'll call it 3rd and 6, Andy. I guess it's about the 32-yard line. Seagull 32. Farron and Preston, of course, are the backs that are being used. Farron the up back, Preston the tailback in this eye. Pitch back to Preston. He avoids one. That's hit by the other and is down for a loss.
Yeah, no,
That's
lose
a
yards.
big loss. Back to about the 38, 39.
4th and 12.
So we've got a 4th and 12 right on, and they're not punting, obviously.
Oh, no, of course not.
On the other hand, you know, Andy, a punt might not be a bad call because if you can pin them down, beach down around the 5-yard line.
I think they are punting. I think they are punting. Preston is the signal caller right now.
That's right. I'd do it. And Preston is dropping back the punt. The Seagulls aren't buying it, but I'm buying it. I think he's going to do it. And he does. And now it's going to head for the goal line and bounce into the end zone. So,
well, they gain a few yards.
Yeah, they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line, and the Seagulls get another shot. 5:17 left in this game. The ball will be coming out to the 20-yard line, and let's see if Old Orchard Beach can avoid the penalties in this next offensive series.
Tell you, Tell you, penalty or not, Raj, we witnessed one of the most exciting clutch plays of the season with that Gerard 91-yard run.
Well, here we go again, gang, and this could be the final big drive of the year. The pass is incomplete. I don't know where Don was throwing it to. He had Parker streaking down the sideline, but he had nobody really short. Polk was, I don't know, in the vicinity maybe, but nothing there. So it's 2nd and 10, and again, that second down situation when you got to go 2nd and long is awfully rough, especially when you're down your own 20-yard line. Of course, the clock is stopped on the incompleted pass, but that's not the important point here.
Yeah, if you're Foxcroft, this 5 minutes will seem like 20 minutes.
You said it. He has two people split wide on this side now. He's going to throw again. He completes it to Gerard. Gerard fakes one way, goes the other. He'll be short of the first down by a bunch, but to pick up about 5, I guess.
Actually, that was a low throw. He was lucky he even picked the ball up. It's only about a 3-yard pickup. Well, they got to go a little deeper than that here. It's under 5 minutes left. And the 3rd and 7, it comes down to these two. And, you know, if it comes up to 4th, do you go for it from here? Or do you kick it away and take a chance on having them run the rest of the clock out? You know, this will be an interesting, but let's see the 3rd down holds first.
3rd down. Pitch out. Gerard's going to go wide. Gerard still on his feet. Gerard is going to get there or very close to it. He'll miss it maybe by a foot, a yard. What? Depends on the spot.
Not by much.
Not by much. It's going to be 4th down, I believe. Yes. 4th down and a foot, Andy.
Yeah, well, this is where it comes down to right here. They got to go for it.
You got to go for it.
When you're that close and there are 4 minutes and 15 seconds left, they got to go for it.
Yep.
The most important first down of the season is right here.
Don comes out with the call from the coach. And let's see, hand off to Ralph, do you think?
No, quarterbacks.
Hand off to Gerard.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sure he's got it, but they're going to wait and give him forward progress, maybe? I don't know.
The beat says yes, and the referee says yes, which is really all that
barely got it. Look at that ballless mark. Barely got it. That's the important thing. 4 minutes exactly. They'll start the clock when the chains get set back up. So still plenty of time to you know, mount a drive up.
Yep.
You're on the 30. You're still 70 yards away, but that's only a couple plays for this team.
They've got all their timeouts, I believe, don't they, Andy?
I would think they do.
I don't recall them. Well, I don't know. They may have called a couple there.
They do. They called it on the point after.
That's right.
So they've got at least 2 left, I would imagine.
Should have 2. Now, we'll see. Todd Polk is split wide here. Delay, and Gerard gets nothing.
At all.
Nice tackle. Coming up hard, number 62, Josh Marks, one of the captains of this team. And David will lose a yard, actually. So once again, 2nd and long. And those are those tough calls. 2nd and long.
And we're down to 3:15 left. Now the clock is really becoming a factor.
Exactly.
You know, you think if you're Foxcroft, you'd put somebody around the 50-yard line and avoid something big happening, you know?
Polk forward for a couple.
Not much there.
Not much there, indeed. 3rd down and about 7, let's say. So Todd gets about 3 maybe on the play.
Yeah. I would think if it comes down to 4th down, the Beach may want to call a timeout. 3rd and 7. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, and the clock's still moving. Darling leads him out of the huddle, Raj, on a 3rd and a long 7, maybe even 8.
Oh, man, these 3rd downs are going to kill us, Andy.
They're going to show him blitz, too, by the way.
Don's going to throw.
He's got Hubbard out there.
He's got it. And he's got a completion. And a first down at the 48. If that holds up.
That should hold up.
And it does.
Boy, Hubbard made a great adjustment too, Rod. He just slid in his tracks to come up with that ball.
At the 25-yard line, there was a flag on the play.
And they're talking to Paul, but they always talk to him anyway, so it don't matter.
Todd gets in on every call, so it doesn't matter.
It's on finally on Foxcroft. I don't believe it. I think it's the first time in 3 games I've seen a flag called.
But the flag has no effect as it turns out because it doesn't affect the play at all.
2:25, Raj, left in this, I'd say, football game. I don't think there has any danger of going into overtime with this score.
No. We're at the 48-yard line, by the way. The Seagull ball, 1st and 10. And the beat goes on, and I'm telling you, the beat is right here next to us. The Old Orchard Beat Band is giving us the beat. Gerard tries to go wide, cuts back inside, is hit, and
Nothing
dropped.
at all.
Loss on the play.
Yeah, he's going to lose 2 or 3. They snuffed that one up right away.
Yep. Loss
of
a couple.
2.
And another long 2nd down situation that I can't stand. 2nd and about 12. Under 2 minutes, and the clock is ticking away.
Yeah, they still got a couple timeouts, but boy, I tell you, they can't take too much time here.
They're going to have to go long, I think, pretty soon. And it's not something they want to do. They don't do it particularly well, although 2